Hey everyone, welcome. So I read Gears of War Aspho Fields by Karen Travis. I know it looks pretty scuffed. It wasn't like this when I bought it, but my dog got to it. Luckily, it just got the corner, so I was able to, I didn't mess with any of the words or anything. But I actually read this a long time ago. I read this probably over a year ago. I took a bunch of notes on it when I read books to try to note things down because I know I want to kind of make videos out of these and kind of just get my thoughts out there on the books that I read. So I have my notes in front of me. I'm going to try and stumble along through these and try and remember a year ago. But yes, I read Aspho Fields. I really like this book. There's a secret in this book. There's a secret in this book that only two people know. Well, now I know because I read it. But in the book, there's only two people that will know it. And one of them will never tell, not even his best friend. Again, this book is a Gears of War book. So a lot of characters and everything you will find in the Gears of War games. And where this book takes place, it's got two timelines going on. So the first present day timeline is the bridge between the first game, Gears of War 1, and the second game, Gears of War 2. And then the flashback kind of, secondary story plot in this is what explores the Battle of Aspho Fields, and specifically Carlos, who is a very important character. Carlos is Marcus's best friend, and it has been his best friend since Marcus was 10, I believe. They were at school together, and Marcus being Marcus, silent, the kind of, mute and reserved. Because of those personality traits, Marcus got bullied, and Carlos stepped in to help out with those bullies. And from there, Carlos and Marcus were really close. They became best friends from there on. And in Aspho Fields, Carlos and Marcus and Dom are all on this battlefield, and Carlos dies. Dom does not know how Carlos has died, and Marcus is not going to reveal that to Dom. And that's what kept me coming back to the book and reading more and more and more. That pacing is what kept me going. It was just more so in the flashback scenes. In the present day, it was more just Gears of War stuff. They're just, battle stuff and just preparations and missions and everything. But it's the flashback where we're getting some interesting stuff going on with Carlos and everything. So the book opens up with, in the present day, Delta Squad. So Dom, Marcus, Baird, and Cole are out just doing a patrol mission, and then they get ambushed. And during that attack, a rogue sniper comes in and helps them out. The sniper happens to be Bernie Mataki, and Bernie was there as well and was the second person to witness Carlos's death. And so Dom he's asking her questions throughout this whole book on how his brother died, and she just again is very reserved with it and doesn't give away that information. And don't worry, we're going to stay spoiler free too, so I'm not going to reveal the cause of his death. And one cool thing with this book, Aspho Fields, is that it's really two wars stitched together here. So you have in the present day, you have the humans versus the locusts, the things that we know about from the games. But in the flashback sequences, the locusts aren't even here. Nobody even knows about the locusts right now. This was before their time, and this was called the Pendulum Wars, which if you've heard that term thrown around, then you'll probably enjoy this book because you'll get some more lore and backstory on the Pendulum Wars. But everything with Carlos is happening during this war between rival human governments and the Pendulum Wars. There is some other cool stuff that I didn't bring up in the present day. You get some mission and battle stuff with Ty and Hoffman, which I those two characters are up there as my top favorite characters, especially Ty. I love Ty, and I relate so much to Hoffman, I feel like, in a lot of ways, so I like him a lot as well. As for some negatives for this book, there really wasn't too much. I pretty much enjoyed reading this throughout the whole entire thing, but the flashback sequence was the best part of this book. There were times in the present day sequence of the book when you're flipping back and forth between present day and flashbacks. I'd be in the present day and I'm like, man, I just want to get through this. I want to get to the flashback. Just want to read more flashback. And that's kind of how I was a lot of the book. So does that mean that the present day stuff was bad? No, I just think it means that the flashback stuff was so good that the present day stuff just didn't really mean all too much to me, especially when we kind of know what's going on present day, especially if you played the games already, you know what's going on. So the stuff just doesn't hit as hard as what you don't know, and that's Carlos and his death. I think anyone who enjoys the Gears of War franchise and the games would definitely love this book, especially if you want some more backstory on not only Dom and Marcus, but some backstory on Dom's brother and Marcus's best friend at the time, Carlos. Even if you don't know anything about the Gears of War games, this is the first book in the Gears of War books to kind of get your foot in the door. So if you like military fiction or character-driven stories in general, or if you like the mystery style of the author withholding information and then giving it to you, pretty much last second, then you'd probably get a kick out of this book as well. Overall, I loved it. I was hooked the whole way. Like I said earlier, from the, I was in the present day sections and I just wanted to keep reading them to get to the flashback. And then once the flashback was over, I was like, man, I want to get more flashback. So I just powered through the present day stuff to get more flashback and finally learn the cause of death of Carlos. So RIP to Carlos. We're going to see him hopefully in Gears of War E-Day, the upcoming game. I hope we get to see him in that game. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Please like the video and subscribe if you want to see more book reviews like this. I actually I finished Jacinto's Remnant, which is the second book of this series. So I'll probably do a video of that one soon. But yeah, if you guys like this, let me know in the comments. If you've already read Aspho Fields, let me know what you thought of the book. Again, I loved it. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.